Okay. So welcome everybody to the 2023 Tri-Level Section Championship Captains Meeting that's played in 2024. Thank you for joining us on a Tuesday night. We're very excited about this weekend. Tri-Level is always a really fun championship, and it's kind of a nice break in the middle of the season. For those of you who have never been on a captains meeting, these are really laid back. I do have a PowerPoint. I'm going to share it to make sure that I don't forget anything. But if you guys have questions, 100% ask them. If you have them, somebody else probably also has the question. This is not, really, strict, serious meeting. Just come off mute or put it in the chat or raise your hand, however you feel the most comfortable. I want to make sure everybody's really comfortable going into the championship this weekend and has all of your questions answered. Tri-Level is a little bit different than the rest of our championships. So for those of you that have captained at other championships but not Tri-Level, most of the procedures are the same. Just some of the regulations are a little bit different because of the way National runs their National Invitational. So I'm going to share my screen and I'm going to pull up the PowerPoint and we will get started. All right. Can everybody see the blue screen?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's do it. So when I hit present as a slideshow, I won't be able to see you guys. So you guys that are league staff, if you'll help me monitor the chat because I won't be able to see it very well, or if somebody raises their hand, if you'll just catch my attention so that I can stop and answer questions as we go, that'd be really great.
Okay.
Thanks. No. Sorry, it's been a long time since I did this slideshow, apparently. Here we go. Okay. So this is considered the 2023 Tri-Level Section Championship. Tri-Level is one of our only leagues that actually runs from January 1st to December 31st instead of on the championship year. It runs on a calendar year. So when you go, if you advance to the national championship, they will consider the 2023 National Invitational. And it really is just because we run out of time during the 2023 year to play it in that year, and we have to push it over into the spring. So a little bit of semantics there, but that's why all of my information says 2023 on it. The dates, as you guys know, are this weekend, January 12th through the 14th. And all of the matches will be held at Enfield Tennis Club and or Ludlow Tennis Club, which are both in Western Mass, super northern Connecticut, but not very far apart. And they're really great clubs. They're really helpful to us every year for this championship during a busy time for them. So I did have a question in the email about the times that the clubs open. And when we rent out the clubs, our staff gets there at different times. So it says that Ludlow doesn't open until 8, but we'll be there on Saturday and Sunday at 7. So don't worry about what the website says about when the tennis clubs open. We will be there.
And captains are required to check in 45 minutes before the start of the first match. Is that correct?
That's correct. Yep. And I have a slide about that later on, but that's correct. Before your first match, you need to check in 45 minutes early. That gives us time to give you your lineup cards, your player gifts, and then you have time to fill out your cards and hand them back in. And then after that, we just need you to check in 30 minutes early. I wanted to tell you guys a little bit about the national advancement. This year, there is a new category. I don't know if you read through all the regulations. We have historically sent a 3-5, a 4-0, and a 4-5 grouping as a team for the men and the women. This year, we will also send a 3-0, 3-5, 4-0 grouping. So what that means is we had to decide how to make those teams. So what the Section League Committee decided and voted on was for the 3-5-4-0-4-5, which is the grouping that we have historically sent. The first place team from the section championship for each of these levels will advance as one team to the National Invitational. So for those of you that are from Southern Connecticut, we know you guys play all one team. We've broken up your teams. You are now individual NTRP levels. So we could have a 3-5 team from Southern Connecticut, a 4-0 team from Maine, and a 4-5 team from Eastern Mass that win. You guys would combine and make one team and go to the National Invitational. So it's a lot of fun to be able to meet other people from other local areas when we play this way. The new one that we're sending with the 3-0, 3-5, 4-0s, the first place team of the 3-0s will advance. The second place team for the 3-5s and the 4-0s will combine to make that grouping level to go to the National Invitational. So does anybody have any questions about that? I know that it's new and it can be a little bit, it's just a different way of doing it. Okay, if you have questions, let me know. So that you guys know, the players that advance to the National Invitational are required to play in level. So whatever you're the rostered level for your local league, but you cannot play up. So most of our local areas allow you to play up. So if you're a 3-5 playing on a 4-0 team, that's okay all the way through the section championship. But at the national championship, if you have to be a 4-0 to play 4-0. You have to be a 3-5 to play 3-5. So if you have any questions about that and your eligibility to go to the National Invitational, check in with your local league coordinator or check in with one of us and we can help you out as far as that goes. Players are not required to have played at the section championship as long as you meet the play requirements, which is having played 2 matches. So if you played 2 matches during your local season but not able to come to the section championship and your team still wins, you can still advance to the National Invitational without having come to the section championship. Does anybody have any questions about that? Okay.
So the 3-0 team that qualifies can pick anybody on their team to go to the nationals.
Yes, they have to be 3-0. They have to be 3-0s. And actually, the way the national works, we have to have at least 2 players that are of that level. But if you have, some of the local areas allow 6. If you have 6 3-0s that qualified, I can send 6. I don't have a maximum number anymore. So you don't have to choose who goes to the National Invitational. Everybody could go.
Thank you.
The other thing I just wanted to point out, Christy, is that you have to be in level, but if you were a computer-rated player who went up at year-end rating 2023, you can still play at the level that you were prior to the year-end ratings.
You have to play at the level you played prior to year-end ratings. Yes.
Right.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. I know tri-level is a little crazy sometimes. Format of play, just because we know that a lot of the local areas have time limits and play a little bit different. This is 2 out of 3 regular sets. That means with add scoring. You play a 10-point Komen tiebreak if you split sets. You play a 7-point Komen tiebreak if you get to 6-6 in any set. And I will add into the documents the Komen tiebreak procedures. I don't think I did that, so I'll make sure that you've got it in case you are unfamiliar. You'll switch on the odd games. There's no rest after the first game. And your 10-minute warm-up includes serves. This is going to be really crucial for us keeping on time this weekend. We're pretty tight on time at both of the clubs because they have other things going on. So there is no time limit, however. So when you're playing, you play it out, you play until you're done, and then you come up and report your scores. So there's no hour-and-a-half or 2-hour time limit on your match play. And just as a reminder, sportsmanship is the basis for all USTA league play. So please be kind to each other out there on the court. You know what? Let's do this. So going back to the question that was asked earlier for just a couple of reminders, before your first match, yes, please do check in 45 minutes early. You'll just come to, if you're playing at Enfield, you'll go upstairs. The tournament desk is at the back of, there's a kind of a viewing area. So you'll see us back there. Siva Kumar will be your site director there, and he'll be able to get you checked in. At Ludlow, you'll go in the doors, up the stairs, and then on the left, Edsel Ford will be your site director there, and he'll have everything set up for you. So pop in 45 minutes prior to your first match. So if you guys aren't playing until Saturday, you did not have to come in on Friday because there are matches on Friday. Just come in before your first match. All of your other matches, please check in and give us your lineup 30 minutes prior to the start time that's listed. That gives us time to check some things out, make sure everything's good. And if we have courts available and you guys are ready to play, we'll get you out early because that also will help us kind of stay on time. All players need to provide a government-issued ID prior to playing. So the first time you guys play, we'll ask for your ID. After that, we don't need it. We just need to do that, kind of check that box to make sure that the players that are listed are the ones playing. And there's no coaching of any kind. Please don't look at the windows. Don't bang on the windows if you guys are upstairs to get your players' attention. There, we can't have any of the coaching, any communication with the players on court. But what we can tell your players, if they have any issues that take more than 30 or 45 seconds to resolve, have somebody from the court leave their racket on the court and come up to the tournament director or the site director and ask for help. We are there to make sure your experience is good, make sure that things are taken care of in accordance with the regulations. So we're there to assist you and your players, and we want to make sure that all the players know that we are available at any time. They can come up and they can ask us questions. What they can't do is come up and ask you guys questions as a captain or other players or friends and family. They need to come see one of us. So please remind them of that. That'd be really helpful. When they get done, somebody from both teams needs to come up and report the scores, initial, and then if you have, as a captain, have not played in that match, once the match is completed, we need you to sign the scorecard. We can't enter anything into TennisLink until both captains have signed, and we'd like to get that done really quickly. Does anybody have any question about the check-in, reminders, procedures? Okay. Here we go. We did format of play. So because this is a single line and we everything is a regular round robin, whether it's 4, 5, or 6 teams in a flight. If an unintended default occurs, meaning there's only 2 of you on your team, somebody gets hurt or sick and cannot continue, the team will be defaulted throughout the entire round robin, which would include reversing the previously played matches. And that way the teams that did play don't have a mathematical disadvantage to the one that had a default. So just, be careful. Let us know. We don't want anybody getting hurt, but we do know there are several teams that do only have 2 people on them. And some of you guys are playing 5 matches, which is a lot. So try to take care of yourselves. And if you have any questions about that, we're happy to answer any of those. And then the team, if you default at any time, then you're unable to continue in the championship. Okay. All right. I always have to go over medical timeouts. This is a very gray area. Please know that this is a very gray area. We do not have trainers. This regulation was really written for tournaments and for tournaments that have athletic trainers. So technically, a medical timeout consists of evaluation time as determined by the referee, plus a maximum of 3 minutes treatment time. The maximum time allowed for evaluation and treatment is 15 minutes. But if somebody on your court gets hurt, please come up, get the site director. We are not going to provide any medical help because we are not doctors, but we'll have ice. We'll try to do an evaluation, but from the time that we get down on the court, you'll have 3 minutes, or your player will have 3 minutes to decide whether or not they can continue. A bleeding timeout is a little bit different. depending on how much time it takes to clean up the court. And medical conditions include injury, illness, cramping. But for instance, if you have cramps in your right calf and you take a medical timeout, you cannot later take a medical timeout for cramps in your left calf. So, like I said, it's a little bit of a gray area. Sorry. Let us know if you have any questions, but also definitely if one of your players gets hurt or if you get hurt or has anything, you have the absolute right to take a medical timeout and take a break. But you need to tell us that you're doing that. You need to send somebody up to the site director or the tournament desk and let us know that you're taking a medical timeout so that there's no question about what's going on the court. Okay, some fun stuff. We love photos. I'm not sure if anybody from our marketing team is going to be able to make it this weekend. So please take 1,000 photos, post them to New England's Instagram, Facebook page, your Facebook page, tag us. If you click on where it says drop your photos here, that actually is a Google Drive that the marketing department uses. And they can pull the photo from there and hopefully use some good stuff on social media. And if you have a story, let us know what the story is. If there's something fun about your team, something interesting about any of your players, we really would like to tell more of the story of our league players than just this is who won and this is who is going to nationals. We want that too, but we also want to hear all the good reasons that people play tennis and why you stuck together and how this is fun with you and your friends and your family.
I'm sorry, I do have a quick question.
Sure, go ahead.
We got an email saying that we were supposed to send photos of our team in advance. I haven't yet. Is it too late?
No, it's not too late actually, but do you know who that email came from?
I don't, I'm sorry.
Okay.
I don't remember. It was for a newsletter.
Oh, it must have been from the marketing department then. I don't think so. I think you still can send them. And even if not, we still would like to have them because we might be able to use them on social.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks.
This is just a screenshot I took of the Tri-Level website. And if you click where it says Tri-Level website, it will actually take you there. It's in San Diego. The dates are here. So the 3-0, 3-5, 4-0s will play March 9th through 11th. The 3-5, 4-0, 4-5s will play March 7th through 9th. The event contacts, India Hoffman and Maria Goldberg, they're your tournament directors. They both work for USTA Southern California. They run a great championship, but feel free to check out their website and kind of learn more about it if you need it. Any questions really specific to the National Invitational, they're better contacts for you than I am. I'll do my best to answer anything that you have, but I might have to refer to them anyway. So just know that that's their phone number and their email. But if you call them, remember they're on California time. A couple of FAQs. No courts will be available for practice before or during the championship. We don't have enough courts for everybody to practice, so we can't allow people to come in and practice before. If you want to rent courts at other clubs, other facilities, or play outside, you're more than welcome to do that. You just have to call them and arrange that on your own. Masks are still optional on and off court. COVID is still a thing. So if you feel comfortable and want to wear a mask, or you feel comfortable and don't want to wear a mask, that is perfectly fine. We're not requiring either way. But please be respectful of anybody who does or doesn't wear a mask. Make sure you bring plenty of water and snacks with you. Both of the clubs typically carry water that you can buy at the front desk, but bring plenty with you, and please put only clear liquids with you on the court, because we've had a few instances of like red Gatorade getting spilled and staining the courts, or coffee staining the courts. So please just clear liquids if you can out on the court. And anything you take out, if you've got snacks in your bag and you take something out, please take your trash out with you so that the club owners and staff don't have to clean up after us. So that's really it for me. Does anybody have any other questions?
I have one question. So typically for a tournament, for a sectional or district tournament, there's a link to the, so that you can see the scores and who played on what days and, you know, where you are. I have not gotten such a link for this.
Through Tennis Link?
The last time I looked, it didn't bring me to such a thing. It may have been updated since then, but the last time I looked, it was not. So you're saying it should be there in Tennis Link.
It should be there in Tennis Link. If not, if you'll shoot me an email, I will find out for you. I know we just today finalized the schedule. I do the schedules outside of Tennis Link and then we put them into Tennis Link. So today, this morning, we finalized all the schedules and got all the paperwork done for our site directors. So if you looked before that was completed, it might not have been up there. You also might need, if you're looking in 2024, look in your 2023 tree or your 2023 calendar year, because that's where we set it up. We set it up in 2023.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. What else? Anybody else have anything? Oh, you're a quiet group. Okay, well, I will turn you loose. I'm going to make a PDF out of the PowerPoint presentation. It's got hyperlinks to everything that you'll need, and I will send that out. If you were on the calendar invite, I think this will automatically send you a copy of the recording in the next few minutes. But for people who don't have access, what I'm going to do is make a YouTube video out of it, and I'll send it out in the morning so that everybody can, you can share it with your players if you'd like. And then you can also look at it. The Google Meets don't share very well. The YouTube videos share a little bit better. So we'll do it both ways. And, you know, if you've got my email address, your local league coordinators, you can also pop through the championship email as well. And we'll answer. Yeah, go ahead, Esther.
I just had a quick question regarding, has everybody paid for the tournament yet? And if not, do we know who hasn't paid, just to make sure that we're collecting that?
So Paul Spina, for you guys that may have gotten emails from him, he does all of our finances with the championships, and he typically will email the captains directly if they haven't paid. I'm going to look it up right now. I think everybody's paid.
Actually, no, I'm sorry. I haven't. This is Lori Sansone.
Oh, Lori, you're telling on yourself.
I know. Well, you know what? It actually took me a while to figure out how to put the voice back on. So, yeah, I guess I don't know. I mean, I'm a newbie when it comes to being a captain of this kind of team or whatever, and going to districts and all that. So, I just assumed that I brought a check or something the day of. Apparently that's not the case. So, I don't see a link or anything on the email. I did go back and check. Nor have I gotten an email from the gentleman who you referred to. So,
okay. Well, I will tell you, for us, as far as the money goes, and this really is for all of the championships, yes, we need everybody to pay. I'm actually more concerned with making sure that I know you're coming. So as long as I know you're coming, we can figure out the money stuff later. I have no worry about that at all. So I know that Paul was working on the schedules with me today and stuffing envelopes and doing all the stuff to get ready for the sites. So he probably has not popped a look at in our spreadsheet with the payments. But if for some reason you underpaid or you haven't paid yet, we'll grab you. Please don't stress about it. Do not stress about it. Yeah.
Thank
Deborah,
you.
go ahead.
Hey, Christy. I was just wondering, it isn't showing in Tennis Link, and it would be really helpful for everyone if we did have it,
Okay.
because then everyone can see what's going on.
I see mine I see it in Tennis Link. Are you?
Are you sure?
Yeah. I mean, I
just-
saw it for the 4-0 teams. I don't know what level you're looking at.
Yeah, I'm looking at the 4 teams. I'm looking.
Deborah, you're from Southern Connecticut, right?
Yeah, did we just not get included?
No, you got included, but you know what? Because of the way we have to break you up, you probably have a different team number. So let me check with Pete Shutter
Okay.
on how to get you guys that. And I will try, if I can't get a hold of him tonight, I will try to email you guys first thing in the morning.
Yeah, that
Um,
would be really great. If you could do
okay.
that, then I can send my other 4-0 players. I can send all of my players from
Yeah.
4-5, 3-5, and 4-0 that link so that
Okay.
everyone can see what's going on. That'd be great.
Yeah, they probably need that new team number. So let me find out for sure if that's what is missing. And then I'll get back. I'll try to do that first thing in the morning.
So when we do a new team number, you usually have to register for a team.
We register you.
Oh, okay, perfect.
Yeah, so for those of you that don't know, Southern Connecticut is our only local area that plays all 3 levels as one team. So the 3-5, 4-0, 4-5s are one team through the whole local season. So when they come to the section championship, we have to break them up into 3 separate teams so that we can add them into the championship. So what we do, Deborah, on the back end is we set up a new team, we register you, we put it on our tab because
Okay, perfect.
yeah,
So
we don't want you to have to pay again.
Okay, thanks a lot. That would
Yeah.
be helpful.
Yeah. Go ahead, Lori. Oh, you're on mute, Lori, unless.
She is on mute.
Yeah, Lori, you're on mute. If you have a question, we're happy to answer.
Let me see if I can unmute her.
Okay.
Nope.
Go to
I
the
can't.
bottom part of your screen.
You can type it into the chat too if you'd like to. Does anybody else have any questions? Anything else going on? Okay, Lori, if you want to send me an email, feel free to send me an email and we will. Oh,
She was off the chat for some reason. I think
Okay.
I just admitted her.
okay.
There she is.
Yay, she came back.
Yeah, she's back. Now we need to unmute.
I wonder if I can. Nope, I can't unmute you either.
It's on the bottom of your screen.
Oh, there we go. Oh, can you hear me now?
Yes,
there you
you
are.
Oh,
Good,
I'm so
Lori.
sorry for that drama.
That is
Um,
okay.
So we were talking about checking in 45 minutes prior to the very first match, but
Yeah.
then subsequent matches, do we check in at the main desk like 30 minutes ahead of time? Is that what I thought I read?
30 minutes, please. And that way you give us your lineup. And when we get the 2 lineups of the 2 teams that are together, if we've got a court open, we can get you out a little bit early. And so make sure you guys are there ready to go as soon as, about 30 minutes early. Yeah. And we'll keep trying to keep everybody on time.
Great.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
And that 30 minutes applies to the 8 a.m. matches as well?
It does. I will tell you, typically what we do though is we try to get everybody out as early as possible for those 8 a.m. matches, but we usually start about 8:45. And that way, the earlier we can get you out, as long as you start by 8, kind of gives you a little bit longer warm up if you're there a little earlier. Just putting that out there. But we do try to get those 8 a.m. matches out a little bit early. So we're there if you can get there. The earlier everybody gets there, the smoother process the whole thing is. Okay.
Thank you.
All right, everybody, have a great rest of your week. I will see you one day this weekend, I am sure. And if you do come up with questions or anything else, just let me know and we'll do everything we can to answer everything before you get there so you're super comfortable. Again, know that we're there to help you. We're there to take care of the tournament and make it run smooth. So ask any questions, hang out with your site directors. We're there to have some fun too. So, all right, we're going to stop this recording.
Good luck, everyone.